So, here I am after a very, very long day of BLET, and I'm telling you, PT kicked my ass. So, I'm finally getting around to this, and you're seeing it on screen, like right down here, or here, somewhere there. Freeze made another Shugoki video, and since Shugoki is a big part of my channel, and he's kind of what defines my channel, I thought I'd take a look at it. I've already seen the video, but y'all are going to see my reaction to it again, live with my little camera up in the top right. But here's a picture though, showing that that Freeze said I could do this and use the clips in the video as as discussion points, talk about them, and basically the whole video is a discussion point. And I'm sorry for the quality in it. It's only going to be at 380p because if I would go any higher in 380p, Share Factory would crash. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about that. It's just the limitations to the PS4. But we're going to be talking about Shugoki and just reacting along the way. And once his portion of the video is done, we're going to skip into my portion where I give my whole take and discussion on it, where we have a long discussion, somewhat long discussion about what I think about what he says, because you need to have civil discussions in this game. So we're gonna get right into it, and that clip is gonna start right about now.
The Core Combat update had some clear winners and some clear losers, but also a lot of changes to put characters in good spots, while the community whines about the nerfs. Looking at you, Lawbringer. But I thought it would be interesting to pick out a few winners as well as losers, depending on the interest, and analyse what they actually benefited from
it's
or
still
got
the
hurt
safest
by the
bash in
most.
the game.
And the one hero that came as a surprise when we look at the winners was Shugoki. No one really expected him to all of a sudden rise in viability, as the changes we knew about wouldn't really affect him all
I still don't think Goki's viable.
But that's also one of the reasons why I think he's the most interesting one to talk about. Shugo still has some severe problems in his kit, but somehow managed to find his niche in teamfights, making him viable as a pick in both brawls as well as Dominion. Unlike many other meta picks that excel in many different areas like BP, Centurion or Shaman, Goki on the other hand is very specialized. You could even say that this update put emphasis on one of his core concepts. I hesitate to throw the word identity out here again, as balance and overall game health should always come first. In Shugo's case, it is about his ability to effectively trade damage. And the important distinction we need to make now is that previously, most of these trades weren't in favour of the hero. He was, and to a large degree still is, highly susceptible to being punished because of some heinous recovery values. There are two reasons now why this doesn't really apply to him anymore. The first one is the hyper armor and near constant frame advantage. No matter what attack you throw, they are all uninterruptible, as well as lead you frame advantaged.
Correct me on that.
The lights now trade, but point still stands. We've all seen it, the singular light spam that somehow works against people. Enhanced hyper armor lights, while annoying, I definitely agree with a lot of you here, function as an interrupt tool as well as a trading tool. It is hard to get into your mix-ups against the Shugo because the hero can light interrupt or directly trade with more things than any other hero. We don't have 400 ms neutral lights anymore that could do similar things, but because of the armored nature of the light, it sometimes allows for trades that other characters couldn't. While being strong, if a player overuses it, it is pretty easy to bait out and punish, which is not the case for his heavies. Variable charge timings as well as armor on both neutral as well as chain base.
That might be just because I'm a Rep 70 Goki though and I know what I'm looking for.
Boxes always made these
that might just be honestly because I know what I'm looking for really.
There was just one drawback, and that was the recovery. Letting a fully charged heavy fly, even if it connected, left you wide open. And that was the big change that pushed Goki over the edge, making him a decent pick. But strictly looking at the numbers, they aren't anything spectacular. The fully charged ones have pretty much the same recovery. We're looking at 1100 for counter guard break, 900 for guard swap, and 1100 ms again for dodge. His old values must have been horrendous then, if those feel good for us now.
They were.
And strangely enough they do. Wildly swinging and letting heavies fly is a viable approach for Shugo. Especially since block and hit recoveries on not fully charged heavies are even better. We are looking at 700 milliseconds recovery for dodge maps here. And this makes him an absolute menace in teamfights. Maps that have a focus on minion lane make him a strong pick on them. Mobility and fighting space are usually limited because the little soldiers like to stop you from dodging properly, GBs don't connect. All those are reasons that further help Shugo. He can be a real pain for the mid clearers to deal with. He isn't there to clear himself, his job is to make the opponent's job harder, constantly trading with them and eventually forcing them away to go heal. Body count is no longer a guaranteed way to sustain yourself while clearing. You will take damage over time and you will have to rotate off to heal at a certain point. This is just a small factor but further enforces Goki's ability to do so. But it doesn't only have to be in mid. Teamfights can happen everywhere, and having a somewhat safe offense makes him great here. People will not reliably parry variably charged heavies. They just won't. It is a read each time, and guessing wrong on an attempt means taking damage. But freeze, that's the thing for every heavy feint into GB on a failed parry attempt. Well, yeah, the logic can be applied to all heavies, but the big difference here is that Shug doesn't need to feint into GB in a team fight. GB with multiple opponents around usually means you eat tons of damage because people pay attention and punish you for it. And a GB has a huge window of being punished. Goki's heavies don't have that. It's non-stop chip or sometimes even direct damage on failed parries or mistimed dodges. All the while being able to almost immediately defend again because of the improved recoveries. And if you watched any of my other XY Hero is Strong Now videos, you'd expect me to keep going with my list and many more reasons why. But that's really it for Shugo. He still has parts of his kit that are more or less completely useless. Take his headbutt, that doesn't confirm damage, has the shortest stun in the game, and only drains stamina. Or his hog recovery, which is still a full 2 seconds, which at this point, you just need to assume is intended. This is how Ubisoft wants this move to be. In general, a lot of his moves are a double-edged sword. Let's look at Demon Ball. That's the heavy on God Break. It has the super armor property, which is also applied to the target. This means that in specific situations, this can lead to insane amounts of damage. But this also means it can lead to instant death, because there isn't any interrupting of the move. Like I mentioned, I think this is an extremely interesting case here. He's a pure team fighter with some slight ganking potential because of the hook, but he's severely lacking in many other departments. Rotating around the map is a chore on him. He has the slowest movement speed of all heroes, and only charging around takes a lot of stamina. I see Iron Lungs being brought up in many discussions because of this. So
somebody on the ground there, but everybody just throw your heavies at Goki, get Goki out of the fight.
I just think it's funny when people argue which feat is less shit.
But you
found a use for it, a very unique one, but still a use. Feel free to experiment with it.
And Goki's
but this also ties into another huge issue for the character. He has very little chase. The running attack is decent for momentum and you can catch up to someone, yet you can't really catch them. But chase in general is something only a select few heroes have. Yet something that's getting introduced for more and more heroes are role
This game encourages you for running away. It's the only fighting game I know where running away is encouraged and rewarded.
Not an attack with enough forward momentum to catch a back roll. And we all know how much his mix-up out of neutral suffers because of it. But to finish the train of thought in regard to feats, his tier 1s really aren't all that great, but the rest, oh boy, Shugoki has amazing feats. Tier 2, every single one of these feats is a viable pick. Smoke Bomb, Juggernaut and Rocksteady. You can't go wrong with either. Smoke Bomb is incrugly versatile, can completely shut down a healing zone in Breach, or in general function as an area denial in Dominion. Juggernaut allows him to GB recoveries easily, and the feat is busted in terms of how many things it does and does well. And Rocksteady, everyone knows how big of a crutch it is. For tier 3, you have the fastest bow in the game, a 50 damage near unreactable projectile you can whip out in combos.
Rolls and hard to kill,
and then
only
the
works
tier
at
4
half health,
knockdown
also
teammates can GB for a guaranteed hit and confirm a shit load of damage that way. This feat really shines in teamfights with its ability to hit multiple people at once. What I am getting at here is that to play this character effectively, you need to play to his strengths. I see tons of Shugo sit at home point and try to 1v1 anyone contesting. He's not a 1v1 hero. He has no reliable way to deal with bashes. He can also be stalled out quite easily. His place is in teamfights and in the minion lane. but this also means that you need your team to actually support that playstyle. This is certainly less of a factor in matchmaking where people just randomly pick whatever hero they feel like playing. Team compositions aren't really a thing, but that is also something that you need to keep in mind. Shugo might be really good at certain things, but without competent teammates around him, it's hard to utilize such strengths. Once people realize this, Goki players will have an easier time actually doing what they are supposed to. To sum things up, I definitely say if you haven't tried Goki since the Core Combat update, then you're missing out. He's surprisingly fun to play now, and if you limit your moveset accordingly, with that I mean you need to understand when you can try and go for the hook and when it's suicide. Then you will do well in games. Give him a try. Having said that, hope the video was helpful. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, team comps are a thing. So, okay. We are in the discussion bit now. Do I think Goki is viable? Now, I still do not think he is viable because he does not have an opener, and I do not count lights as openers. I don't. That's just me. I do think the thumbnail of the video, though, was pretty misleading. Goki has always been strong in his ganks, but outside of that, he's weak. He's very, very weak. But he's 50-50, really. He's even weak in a gank because you just simply have other characters that can do what he does better. And it comes down to the scenario. It's like, okay, let's use Dominion for example. Say I wanna help gank. Okay, you wanna help gank in the minion lane and rotate. Why the fuck are you picking Shugoki? Why? If you are playing to win, we're saying to competitive tournament level, if you are playing to win, you will not pick Goki. You will not, because why would I pick Goki when I can pick somebody like Warlord or Kensei or Glad or BP? Because anybody with a bash shuts down Goki. If it's one thing all the S tier characters have in common, you know, this is going to get a lot of people triggered. I'm sorry, but these are who I think is S tier, and it's in no particular order, really. Except for BP. BP, S tier. Top of the top. To be top. BP, Lawbringer, Warlord, Kensei, Glad, and Shaman. Those are the S tiers, in my opinion. These are the best of the best, the ones you always see in tournaments. Like, yeah, you see Conk and Warden in tournaments, but it comes down to other people doing their job better. That's just what it comes down to. There are just other heroes that do their jobs better. And Warlord definitely does Goki's job a hell of a lot better. But he did cover good points, though. A lot of it is Goki's issues, but my little gripe, though, really mainly about it, somewhat, is how he said Goki's viable in Dominion. I don't think Goki's viable in Dominion. He can be in Brawls, but not Dominion or any 4v4 game mode, really, because there's just too much going on, too many variables interrupt a Goki. And say you're in a team fight as Goki and there's an enemy BP sitting in all guard on the outskirts of the team fight. You can't unlock. You'll have to go take out that BP on your own. And BP versus Goki is still one of the most one-sided matchups in all this history. Statistically, every time the BP should win. Statistically. But then you just got bad BPs. I don't understand how you can be bad with BP. Don't though. But I don't think he's viable in Dominion. I think Speed Revive is his only good first feat. In terms of his tier 2s, I think only Smoke Bomb and Rocksteady are good. Tier 3 is the Bow, because it can help out in team fights more and take somebody out at low health, or do what I like to do and snipe somebody off the zipline on Walled City. And then you got the Bat. Y'all have seen my video about the ultimate max punish for Goki, and that Bat is a must. You can opt for Regenerate, but Regenerate is mainly for Breach. If the commander healing zone is far away, like walled city, because like that healing zone is legit a good 2 miles from the commander. And that's what Regenerate's only really good for, is just breach. And I wouldn't recommend bringing Regenerate in team fights, because if you're just sitting back there healing, you're causing your whole team to get unlocked. So his headbutt, useless, still useless. Is still useless. Now his demon ball, his bat, as I call it, yeah, but it's more of a risk to the Goki 9 times out of 10 in a team fight, because to me, this is from my experience. Y'all might have a different experience playing Goki, but from my experience with 70 reps on him, he's my most played hero. Anytime I go for the bat in a team fight, that enemy team will ignore their teammate getting hit, and I will get hit with nothing but top heavies from everybody else. Because there is nothing I can do, and there is no damage reduction in that, by the way. There's no damage reduction. And they can just smack you over and over and over. And oh my lord, don't let it be a Highlander's old damage with winner's advantage. It's like, okay, I want to knock him. Oh god, there's 90 damage. Yeah. It's more of a risk to the Goki in a team fight, but one-on-one, it's nice that it does 29 damage though. And I understand he has the weird guard break exploit thingy. I personally never knew that was a thing for the longest time until somebody pointed out to me in my comments, like, oh, you're abusing the guard break exploit. I'm like, guard break exploit? I just never knew that was a thing. It's apparently a thing, and I've noticed it. It's never really hit me as much. I guess it's just because I'm used to other Gokis, and I know what to expect, but I never knew it was a thing. So, all in all, what do I think of the video? He did make good points. Some I don't agree with, and I'm pretty sure he's going to disagree with some of my points in here, but that's okay. I'm under a lot of pressure anyways right now, because I don't know how many people are going to see this. But, would I recommend Goki at a tournament level? Hell the fuck no. No. Would I recommend Goki in Dominion? Hell no. Would I recommend him in duels? Hell no. Would I recommend him in brawls? Yes. I'd recommend him only in brawls. Because you need that teammate, and it's just you and those 2 others. But that's about it for this. And I'm sorry for the gameplay and the fact that that's not Shugoki. I'm having to take what I got, because during the week I am very, very busy with BLET, and if I'm being honest, I'm dead tired. I hate shit. But quickly though, before I leave, what do I think is going to happen with Goki when people see this video though? So, knowing Reddit, you guys know they're going to see this. And they're going to ride that bandwagon till it dies. Just like Raider. People rode the Raider bandwagon until he got his stunning tap removed, which it was a good thing it got removed, because you had PC players removing the stun, so they were basically like, if one can't have it, then nobody can have it. So what's going to happen is, we all know Reddit's going to ride Goki till it dies, until he gets nerfed again, because we all know Goki is going to get nerfed again. And it's just a religion at this point to nerf the fat man with every update that comes out. And people are going to say Goki is S tier, and there are competitive players that say Goki is S tier, and I'm sorry, those of you that say Goki is S tier, y'all a bunch of idiots. I'm sorry. This man is far from S tier. He is still in D tier, in my opinion. He maybe went from low D to mid D or high D, because there are just still a bunch of characters in the cast that outclass him, and there's just others that do his job better. Because even Sunda can win against Goki, if that says something, that even that fucking Sunda can win against Goki now, because Sunda does more damage than Goki now. This thin ass blade does more damage than this giant Kanobo. What the fuck? But yeah, Goki's still D tier. I don't think he's gonna be viable because Reddit's gonna follow this, and the devs are gonna listen to Reddit. For some fucking reason, they always listen to Reddit, and they don't take advice from everyone. They only see Reddit. Like, okay, we gotta nerf this because, let's be honest, the only reason why characters like BP and all that haven't gotten nerfed is because of Reddit. The only reason why Lawbringer got nerfed was because there was so much uproar about it, and thank God that hyper armor on that stuff got gone. Thank God for that. Because now you gotta use your brain, Lawbringer mains, and do what Lawbringer was meant to do, and parry. Woo. But good luck with that, considering there's almost no point in parrying now with the CCU. That's just me. But with that being said, I hope all of y'all appreciated watching this, giving my little thoughts and opinions. Overall, once again, I think he did a good job explaining Goki's flaws. Of course, there's stuff I don't agree with. I already mentioned that, and I'm pretty sure there's stuff he doesn't agree with what I'm gonna say. But we're human. Not all humans get along. But with that being said, if y'all like this type of video, want me to do responses like this, let me know. But just keep in mind, it's gonna take a while with BLET because I'm basically working a job at this point, and it's gonna be exciting. And I'm gonna be honest, there's gonna be days I'll come home, I'm dead tired. It's gonna be like, I don't want to do shit. I just want to sleep in my bed. But I appreciate all y'all for watching that stuck it through this far. And if y'all like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe for more. I'll see y'all in the next one, and I'm sorry for Shugoki Saturday not happening. I just got too tired Friday. I'm sorry. We had PT that day, and I wanted to rest and just chill. I'm sorry, but I'll do my best to make sure Shugoki Saturday is this Saturday, and be looking out on my channel for a Warmonger montage coming out. Y'all gonna enjoy that one in the near future. But like I said, I appreciate all y'all for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if y'all want to see more, and join our Discord. It's in one of my other videos at the description. But with that being said, I hope all y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next video.